Ocean George Lopez and Nick Nite, Nick Noche, Mexicano.
I need some alone time to renew our relationship and reconnect emotionally.
Hey guys, this is DDD3 and I got to do the remake of my videos to the universe because, well, a lot of people were watching, which I'm glad you were, but unfortunately, I guess the volume wasn't loud enough. So, I guess I got to do a retake on that and make it louder. You know, I know it may seem like I was showing off my video, but it won't matter if they let it go through. And I hope you guys enjoy it, and muchas gracias, for watching my videos. And of course, I'm a Venetian, by the way. Let's see something else.
I'll go back downstairs because it's on bed.
Oh, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. My husky. And hope you enjoy it, and I'll still go on the video.
I'm hungry.
I don't know. I don't really like labels. I'm just sort of like myself, you know?
Dion, this is a really long roller coaster, it is. That was me a long time ago. Also, this was my generation, FYI. I hope to Buddha this does not... Hold on. Okay, please pardon me, my map book is really outdated, but that was my generation growing up, right? I used to watch that when I was 18, I think I was 19 at the time. And yes, I love The Lion King, if you tell. I used to collect a handful of scars, and I have the little cute teddy bear, and yes, I'm really short. I don't look like it. I did get shorter as I aged. I did. Don't know how. It just happened for some reason. I don't have any physical health conditions, if recalled. And that girl they see on the left picture, that was a terrible quality. That is the end. It's supposed to be Andrea. She's adorable. I was really close friends with her because I know that she was by my side until graduation. You know, she had to earn her GED. We were supposed to be at that assembly in class, and I went to mostly a Mexican high school. Right? That's supposed to be my nephew, Otis Jr. He's adorable, right? And I think I was 18 at the time. Yes, I look a little older back then, even though for somehow, I think there's like a condition. I look younger and I got shorter. I do not know how. It's kind of like Toph from The Legend of Korra, right? And yes, right? I thought my mother was wearing earphones on that, and you can see on our table, I don't want to give it away. Okay, and that is OC with the sunglasses, and that's supposed to be the guy that I kind of have a crush on, I think. I don't remember what he was wearing. It looks like Diana, it has to be the Beatles. It looks like it, I think. I don't remember his name now. I don't know if those are geeky glasses, but you can definitely tell this is more of the hipster punk / emo era. And I guess you can see this is the generation. Oh, I think I might be a little bit behind on here. Hold on. Oh, Buddha, thank you so much for being so patient with me with all this. Again, this is an outdated map because it's an early, Diana, I think, yeah, it was an early 2010 El Capitan. Diana, you're doing good. And also, thumbs up for Rillo on this, right? And for the rest of you as well. Also, Lizzie Ho, you can go rotten hell. As Manjula from The Census would say, rotten hell for what you basically have acted to my viewers. Fat bitch. Promo language bastard, pardon me. It doesn't give you an excuse to be on the phone. This is a random... Sorry for bringing that up. I had to. And she deleted her account, by the way. I used to draw like this. I did. And you could definitely tell how long ago it was for being a Mario fan, right? And here's another image of OC. She is so adorable. And she's bisexual, by the way. Not to mention Bisexual Awareness Week, I believe, did pass, right? And she is bi. And we were talking about boys and Jory Diamond. That Mexican man, I know who he is. And then here's another story behind, because the video's almost because in that band class. Again, this is Alhambra High School in Phoenix, right? And again, most of my school is Hispanic, even though there's whites as well. The funny thing is, whites are the least populated. And that's basically the ID that you can see on her color that she would wear. I'm sorry, it's hard to, again, I have prep in here. Hold on. Damn, we're almost finished. Cover back then. Also, I used to draw ice cream for some reason because I don't know. It was supposed to be in our art class. I know it went away so really quick. And also, this is supposed to be the natural. Oh man, they've been around that long. Dion, they have been around that long. Oh, hon, they have. So I'm trying to give myself some self-affection here. Okay, and my mother and I, we would buy a couple of those from Taco Bell. So I thought I could share this because, oh damn, that's right, I forgot to give a little cute shout out to Mason. He's a sweetheart for wanting to look forward for a video like this. And after what I've been looking up on YouTube and all of this stuff, what are, you know, what was happening on Roblox, oh, that damn David bitch, predatory man, to the Epstein files, to basically Pornhub that's now banned in my state, even though you use a VPN. So Katie Hobbs, don't be basically Xi Jinping, the dictator or whatever his name is of China. Don't go that. Don't. Even though you already did, but I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna basically be forced to basically having to give out my ID that is not your info, nor the government's though, because I'm an adult and I don't consent to that. Okay. And also for basically Mr. Reeks, whatever candy bar stuff. Oh my gosh. I think Buddha, my glob, this has to be, I think you could say the last era. Before, I guess maybe around 2018, 19. I think 2019-ish was fine. Well, that's like when we got evicted, or no, wait, when we moved in after Elijah passed. I think 2017-ish, that's when it starts to really go downhill from there. And I try not to remember those years that well, right? It's a long story. And these images were kept from the Google Photos. I hope it's okay that all of you that are viewing this, especially my planters, which they don't mind, that you would just view a still image, because my viewers, especially Brian, doesn't give a rush to spin about cool editings, right? These are just basically, I guess you could say, image capsules, or Google capsules, I like to call it. Google images, Google image capsules, or Goomages, I like to basically call it as a new word, of basically how my life was back then. And after seeing a video by this Indian guy, he's kind of cute, actually. I think he's 23, because he graduated in 2019, because he was sharing of what he experienced in high school, right? Which is 5 years after me, which is hard to believe. Yeah, different generation, right? This is my generation on the early, almost mid 20-teens, but this is still in the early 20-teens, where we're getting out of that, you know, I can't remember that era. Okay, around 2008 and 9-ish. You know, like when Justin Bieber basically first became known, right? Around that era, I suppose. It's a little hard to explain it. Life was just so different back then. Allow me to explain. And for ones that like to hear all the way through, I want to say this. Give me, Dan, let's see, we are at the only 8-minute mark. A clover emoji, or a clover, or type the word clover, for the inspection I have to put up with tomorrow. You know, it's 2/11 right now, the 24th of September on a Wednesday. The early to mid 20-teens was much more breathtaking, even though I did struggle with selectively mutism, which is at least, well, maybe not in high school that much though. You know, it was pretty quiet. Well, not that quiet. Around my friends, right? Like my tribe, I like to call it, right? Or doggy tribe, where you want to call it. No, when I basically go out by myself and shopping, that's when it gets really different, because it's like being deaf, but I'm not deaf. I'm deaf in the mouth, which means I can't really speak towards other people, right? It's kind of like another way to say that I have anxiety, but in the autistic way, it actually makes sense, right? You know, I'm high functioning, as you can tell. Life was really magical at the time, because I remember when the Wii U basically first came out, and the 3DS, even though that was, I want to 2012-ish, and an Aussie YouTuber basically loved my comments, because I was asking him what was the updates of the games, or that new Toon Link type of game. You know, not the Hourglass, whoever the game it was. This is a long time ago, right? And don't get started when I basically first joined YouTube when I was underage. Yes, I was 16. And we had the custom wallpapers or whatever. It was a magical time. I'm sorry, this was supposed to be 2013 and 14-ish. Again, my memory is a little bit fuzzy, but this is supposed to be during my senior year, right? So I'm just rambling. Ignore that if you want. But, you know, seeing how kids today would, I don't know, doing these dumb TikTok challenges, especially faking your autism, that's not cool. As Soul Evans, he's sexy as hell, from Soul Eater would say, it is not cool. It's not, because he said so, right? Let's see, just I don't even know right now. It's late. I can't think of it. Okay, this is like a little bit of what my life was at the time. And that was the phone that I used. It was the Samsung Galaxy S4. I still have it. Not that same phone, of course, but that model, right? It still works. It's not broken. It's just the charging port is damaged. That's it. I still have internet on it. Okay, I'm not getting rid of that phone. Especially since I got photos of my pups when the newborns. I'm not getting rid of it. No. Absolutely not. Tita. Degrassi. Honestly. And just basically other photos when I basically go out for walks in nature or whatnot, right? I'm not getting rid of it. And I just had to say for the parents out there that might be seeing this, okay? Definitely make sure that your kids are on their best behavior or that they're having fun and being safe in schools. Just make sure they're having a decent, maybe child going on teenhood, so to speak, especially adult teenhood, and just allow them to be just themselves as that cartoon that I mentioned, right? Because I used to watch that when I was 19. I also forgot to add another person in there as well, but I might do a part 2 for those who are interested. Again, this is just random images of what I wanted to share back then, okay? So I know this video is not going to be in good order or that I feel that I had to read off a darn script. I don't do that. This is raw. It's raw! Right? From what Gordon Ramsay would say in Hell's Kitchen, I believe. So I used to watch that when I was younger, by the way. I did. And basically to show or to share a little bit more, my high school was something else. Okay, let me explain about my high school. It was a little bit strict because, well, it was not a good neighborhood. But don't worry, you don't get shot. At least not that I remembered. Right? I still remember there were some boys that were running somewhere and they want to be on camera. It was really interesting. I feel like I was at a favelas do Brazil. Do not know now say, oh man, my okay. So it was really interesting, right? And it was off the freeway. If actually, well, not too far from the freeway. Again, this is over a decade ago. And yes, again, my high school was 81%. I'll share in part 2. This does decently. 81% Mexican, right? AK Hispanic. 10% black, so there's quite a few of us, yes. It was, and then let's see, 4% Asian, half of them were Indian, which is really awesome. I think some Nepali too, and I don't know I think there's some Arabs. I think I remember I had a crush on the boy. He was kind of tall. He was Arab, named Ayman, I think. He was kind of cute. So, I got a little bit. He was tall. He kind of was. So, I'll share part 2 because I know how people's attention spans are really poor these days, right? And also, I think 3% white, which is really low. I don't know why it's so low, but there is a few whites because I was friends with a few white kids. I was. Everyone. Okay, the most of them were Mexican. Absolutely, though. But we all got along. We did. And there was no shootings. We did have drill practices. We basically did. And I still remember that we had that dumb security guard that told me that, oh, if you basically get your phone out, even though I want to check the damn time or want to text a friend so we can meet up at the library because you want to read some Naruto Shippuden, he wanted to confiscate my phone for the rest of the day. It's my phone, though. I'm not getting distracted compared to teens today, for crying out loud. This is 2012, 13-ish. Okay? Social media, at least for smartphones, they're around that long. Like, let's just say, around 2010-ish? That's when it starts to kick in? Because the iPhone was around, but we're talking about actual, like, Insta-ill, I like to call it fake book, etc. Musically, they even existed yet. Vine barely was around at the time. It was a different time back then. Even though that was technically the future during my era. It's a different time. The world didn't end in 1999. I think it ended right after we got evicted. So around 2017-ish. 2018, that's when it really started to end for me. So, it's kind of funny. I think after Iwata died, when the Switch came out, right? That's when it started to go downhill. Speaking of downhill, Nintendo though, oh my Buddha, I'm going to get started with the damn price of the amiibos and how you had to do DLCs. Like, what on earth? The Wii U, didn't so well, didn't do that. So, I'm sorry, I love my Switch. I do. Okay, I really do. But this is just something I just want to share because I know it's really late and my viewers been around my live stream since 2 o'clock. They all have such sweet beating hearts and it means a lot, especially Dumbo, Mason, Greg, etc. Jimmy, that's basically Nukitos, Jimmy, honestly, etc. Okay, it means a lot for all of you. And Solo that was new here today that told me that he has autism. So I decided to share something about my past, and there's more photos and stuff like this. You know, it gets a little bit embarrassing because I go to my Google Photos. I think there was like some weird Mexican man though. I don't think he stole my phone from me. I don't remember though, because it's like a Mexican neighbor that I knew. Unless he wanted to use my phone, it was a long time ago. I don't think I got robbed because it's not my phone. I think, or did he? Crap, I don't even remember. I kind of don't want to remember. I'm having a Mandela effect. It's like an iceberg of it. It just doesn't get viral. I can share who it is. I know it's over a decade ago, but it was a long time. I don't think I can robbed or beaten or anything. Not to my knowledge. I don't remember. I don't think I want to remember. So, because I know one people, especially since I live in Phoenix, right, and the drug smuggling or whatever. Oh my gosh! Outside of my school, it was a different time back then. Oh god, I'm surprised I survived all that. And I think that's why I have such tolerance to people that did drugs. They didn't force me, they were going through a lot, and well, again, I'm fine. Well, not by them, by when I got raped. It actually makes sense. By men I met on that Grinder app just to be friends with. I want to talk about it. It was a weird era at the time. It's basically like the Justin Bieber and emo era of the 70s. It actually makes sense. That is my era. So think about Adventure Time. You know how it kind of gives like this. Well, it doesn't give a 70s aesthetic, but it looks like you're high when you're watching it. You basically got Princess Bubblegum because she's a princess that is made of bubblegum. And then you got Peppermint that was just slap him because it's the Candy Kingdom. It's one of my favorite cartoons growing up. And Mordecai Rigby because they're supposed to eat animals, right? Even though I think Rigby's kind of hot. So I'm just being honest. And they're supposed to be in their early 20s. So hey, nice. So I decided to share that. Again, that was my era back then. So I'm so sorry it only lasted for under 5 minutes of this. But I just wanted to share a little bit my past. And then for the ones that have been so supportive, especially for my Arizonans out there, if you may be seeing this, because I know I got Shelby, I know I got Grant, Jerry, you know, he lives in Kentucky and he despises there, which sucks that he's stuck there. I thank you so much for being so supportive. Honestly. So I have more photos like this if you want to have a part 2. Definitely make sure you tap the subscribe cylinder. Okay, it should be colored up because that's YouTube's feature, I suppose. And I'll just see all of you tomorrow. And 1 minute before heaven time, aka it's 2:21 right now, right? So how wonderful.